Now, for the first time ever, what's believed to be a newborn great white shark has been captured on film by shark YouTubers in California. They use drones to try to capture elements of life which haven't been captured before on film. The findings of the research, which include this filming, will be published in the Journal of Environmental Biology of Fishes. James Clayton can explain.
This is Victoria. What she doesn't know is that she's swimming at a beach with 4 great white sharks in the water. We only know this because Carlos has been flying his drone here for the last few hours.
He's out. Look at that thing. You can see it good.
Carlos is a YouTuber and shark fanatic who is frankly amazing at finding sharks with his drone. It's dusk, not a good time to be swimming near great white sharks.
Should we just warn her now before she goes back in?
It's likely that Victoria would have been fine swimming without our intervention, but when Carlos thinks it's a bad idea to go in the water, it's probably best to get out.
Amazing.
So from here, you have no idea there was a great white shark out there because it's almost impossible to see it. That's why drones are so important, because you have to be almost on top of it to actually see them.
You're basically viewing the sharks through a magnifying glass that they don't know is watching them.
One local marine biologist was with Carlos when they stumbled across something they'd never seen before.
The female just was acting erratically. She dove, disappeared, and guess what came up from underneath? This little bitty white, almost albino looking white shark.
So it's called a white shark. You know, that's the species, it's a white shark, but this shark was actually completely white in color. The fins, they're differently shaped, they're more rounded. I'm like, that's not an older white shark, that's a very young white shark. This could be a newborn. I'm like, oh my goodness, this could be a newborn.
Other experts accept this could be a historic discovery, but that they need more evidence.
The problem that I have as a scientist is what we call a sample size of 1. And a lot of people ask, well, what would it take to convince you that this is a pupping area? And I would say I would need to see babies coming out of a female.
But what everyone can agree on is that drones are playing a huge role in our understanding of these animals. James Clayton, BBC News, California.
Well, I'm pleased to say we can go live now to Carlos Gauner, the wildlife filmmaker and photographer you saw there, who posts on social media with his handle at TheMalibuArtist. Thank you so much for joining us. And I mean, I have to say, you have an amazing job title, shark YouTuber, if that's a thing. So I'm very jealous of that. But just take us back to when you saw what is believed to be this baby great white shark. What was your reaction?
Well, the immediate reaction was we thought it was an albino shark because we'd never seen, ironically, we've never seen a white shark that white. And what ended up happening is we were on location, filmed this thinking it was an albino the whole time. It wasn't until after that that we looked at the footage closer and realized that it was losing some sort of white film on it. And that's when we thought that could be some embryonic membrane on it.
Now, some marine biologists have urged caution at jumping to the conclusion that it's definitely a baby great white shark, because some have said that there might be other explanations for the white layer. But assuming it is what we believe it is, assuming it is a newborn great white shark, what is so remarkable about this?
What's remarkable is that we don't know exactly where great white sharks give birth. It's been thought for years that great whites give birth in deeper offshore waters. The significant part about this is if it is indeed a newborn white shark, it was in very shallow water, and that could change where we begin looking, could change a lot into the future. But for me, the most important part was to document it and record this for the scientific record so that we can get a clue, a breadcrumb for that holy grail of shark science.
Yes, so what benefits could there be in terms of furthering our understanding and potentially conservation reasons as well?
Well, because any area where, regardless of creature, where it's a birthing area, that in itself is important. Great white sharks are a keystone species. Sharks in general are keystone species. So because we don't know where they're born, if we do find that location, it is definitely something that we want to protect, want to conserve. Unfortunately, a big part of my work is documenting the ugly side of what humans do to sharks. boat strikes, fishing. There's a lot of injuries that I notice. So those are the kind of areas that we want to protect, especially for a keystone species.
And very briefly, Carlos, what's next? What would you hope to see? What's your white whale, as it were?
Well, my shark travels have taken me to a big portion of the world. I'm looking for the answers to some of the mysteries around the world that have to do with sharks, whether it's tiger sharks, lemon sharks, whatever it may be. Every single shark has some kind of mystery around it, and also the importance of protecting them.
Fantastic.
So,
Carlos,
yeah.
thank you. Great to speak to you. That's Carlos Gauner there.